children, gather round, gather round. I'd like to tell you a tale of a game long lost to the annals of time. This here is them there's Castlevania. Man, this is... Oh, this fucking music. So, for those who are not in the know, this was the game that coined the term Metroidvania, in that they made a Castlevania game that played similar to Metroid. This, you know, the backtracking, the getting power-ups that let you traverse areas that you previously came upon that you could not traverse, and all done in like a very deliberate way, planned out, and power-ups left in a certain way that you could play the game very freely and openly. Eventually you'd be, you know, hitting the same spots as everybody else, getting the same power-ups here and there, but so many secrets, so many extra things that you can find and look for, hidden bosses, whole new fucking areas of the game. Some people who played this back in the day may not have even figured out that they have only played half of the game. There is an entire second half of the game that unlocks via some really weird shit that I'm sure I had to look up on game FAQs even as a kid. I think you had to like wear a pair of glasses and hold like a medallion or some shit like that in some point in the game, and it'd be like, oh, so you looked this up on game FAQs. I got it. I'm gonna unlock this for you. But here we're starting off as old Richter Belmont. Man, 1997 was a simpler time. I'm just warning you people now. I am very, very upset over the fact that they decided to not include the original English voices. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the PSP version of this game, of Symphony of the Night, which is essentially the same game, just redone voice acting. Why they took out the memorable, horrible dialogue is beyond me.
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy! You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
A blight!
Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them, then, and die for their sins!
What is a man? Man. Yeah! Fucking Dracula. Hell, this even started off a game similar to Super Metroid in that you are up against like a very powerful enemy right in the beginning of the game, which is pretty interesting. I actually never thought about that. Man, look at that fucking sexy ass whip! Like, oh, I want to flog me up some zombies with that shit, man. Look at that bicep, dude. Feel it? Feeling it? Now he's green. He's just a bigger hitbox for me. Do it! Give it to me! I have the power! Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here, that's okay. You can do it, yeah.
Not this time!
Man, look at that. That's some PS1 classic effect right there.
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest Shaft to menace humanity.
Shut your mouth!
The legendary vampire hunter, Richter Belmont, stood against him and at last brought him down. However, 4 years later, on a glaring full moon night, Richter mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the Castle of Dracula, rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces struggled for the soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside Trevor Belmont against his own immortal father, Count Dracula himself. To purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now, he awakens to the cackles of evil and cries of the innocent. The eternal battle of good and evil has come full circle once more. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who will emerge victorious.
Could they not slow down the text just a little bit to keep up with him? Dun, 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 dun. My God, if you had a PS1 and you didn't play this, fuck you. Go to hell. Eat my fucking cheese, because you don't deserve to live. There is a special circle of hell just for people who played, who had a PS1 and never played this. And it is an abysmal pit of despair. Yeah, this is how you open shit up. Look at this. Start me off, fucking. I got my blood cape that's fucking glowing. I got some vicious ass sword. The music kicks in. And we got some nice RPG elements. Children, we're in for a good fucking time. I'll tell you that. We're gonna learn a lot about each other. Like how hidden chickens and pot roasts in walls are very acceptable. This was the very first Castlevania that allowed you to be awesome and not look like a woman. You know what? That long hair, that is flowing. I think I have to retract that statement. This was the first Castlevania that gave you a sword. Yeah, every Castlevania prior to this, you were whipping about, which is fine. But there's something just awesome about running around and smacking people with this thing.
What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there'll be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Old man!
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
Give me your shit, motherfucker! You don't see him soon at all. He is late in the game. So, I've just got my weapons fucking dead from me right now. My cape is gone. I still got my little, flowy animation, so that's good. That's what counts, really. Let's be honest here. Punch! I'm sure that there have been people who've run through this entire game from just punching people, which is fucking insane. I don't got time for that, man. What I do have time for is equipping this little short sword. Man, this brings me back. These were definitely simpler times. Let's see, 1997. I was a wee lad of 11 years old, rummaging around and, you know, doing things, doing 11-year-old things, learning about my body, doing math, playing in grass, and then this, and then Castlevania came along and it just changed all of that. It just sat me down and said, "Listen, boy, you're gonna get the cube of Zoe." Actually, I should probably read those things. It's been a long time since I've played this. Causes items to materialize. Alright, so I have the ability to... I got an item that lets me get items. How about that? Man, they, if anything, I gotta say, they upped the vibration of this game. I think this game predated the DualShock because PS1 did not come with a dual analog stick controller. In fact, it had no analog sticks, and it was supposed to be that was a new hotness that came out, was the dual sticks. That was a separate controller that you had to buy, and games rarely took advantage of it, at least for the first year or two. There was, Ape Escape was the seller for that, and they were like, "Oh, dude, you need the sticks to catch those fucking apes!" And that was okay, I guess. But, yeah, it was... It got better as time went on. As we now live in a world where if you don't have two analog sticks on your controller, then you even know what the fuck you're doing. In fact, it was ballsy of Dreamcast to come out and say, nah, we're going with one stick, dude. And I was just talking about this the other night. I feel like that was the end of the Dreamcast. Was trying to say, oh no, we don't need two sticks, brah. We got one. We got one stick that's gonna tear your fucking thumbs up, bro. It's all right. That's the most epic save ever. Alright. Alright, Bones Daddy. Man, is that crate over here? Man, hopefully, this game will all be muscle memory for me at this point, because there were certainly areas in this game where, I just aimlessly, rode around and trying to figure out what kind of shit and direction I was supposed to be going, and I would just be there for hours. Hopefully that's not the case, man. I mean, I don't think you guys are gonna worry about it. I think you guys are already happy to hear me playing and listen to my smooth chocolate voice as I discover these secrets, these delicious wall secrets. Hopefully this is like the opposite of that crazy shit that everybody's into and listening to celebrities whisper. It's almost as if like the whole world is enthralled by the recording process and how it can be ruined. But no, this is none of that. This will be some fine-ass gameplay. Box shifting, spike lifting, puzzle solving, axe throwing, catching, sword-swinging vampire dude. Sliding and whatnot. It's not natural. Cape! Yeah, give me that fucking cape. Let me just wear that. Yeah. Man, look at that ugly fucking thing. If you were a vampire hunter, you would not wear that. That is not becoming at all. Yeah. Man. All right. I think I got a boss coming up in like a room or two. A boss, as you will later on see. Oh man, they throw checkpoints at you. I don't need to do that. So yeah, there comes a point in this game, I guess very early on. I need a magic orb for that, or a card, or yeah, the correct key card. So there comes a point where the first boss becomes a normal enemy, and here we go. This isn't even that far into the game where they start doing this. Face my axe, boy. Dude, your friend got rocked. What are you gonna do now? Oh, look at me, I can turn colors. It's alright. I can duck. Yes, sir. Give me that, them there life max. You, because you see a lot of the same enemies in areas, not that the game isn't diverse with its cast of baddies, but because you do fight a lot of the same guys over and over as you spend a lot of time in these areas, it's awesome that you do see very quickly the results of leveling up. You might stick with a weapon for a while, like I'm just showing off how crappy this short sword is, and sunglasses so I can see at night. So you have you see that you start killing enemies in less swipes, which is awesome. It makes you feel very powerful. It makes you feel like a Dracula's son, as you should, because you were Alucard. Dracula spelled backwards. They couldn't figure out anything else better than that. I'm apologizing for them. They should have apologized for that. Although, another little tidbit, this character did not make his debut in this game. He was in Castlevania 3, I want to say. One of the few that I didn't play, actually. I should go back and remedy that. Other than that, I have played and beaten, I believe, every Castlevania, including the crappy 3D one. Oh, I didn't play the sequel. That's right. I didn't play the sequel to that because I didn't fucking care. I don't understand why they decided to go that direction. It was pretty cool. Story-wise, on paper, that was a very cool thing. You played as a dude named Gabriel Chuckle, who slowly over the course of this game, spoiler alert, he ends up trying to revive his dead girlfriend, because it's always about that. and in doing so acquired dark powers that resulted in him being the first vampire, known as Dracula. That was a cool little twist on it, but it unfortunately took the entire game to get there. For a good ending on a crappy or mediocre game, I should say, a nice God of War ripoff. It's memorable because of the ending, but I don't remember fucking anything about that game. I remember being frustrated in some areas, going in like, what am I fucking doing? Some puzzles that were not very clear at all. Oh wait, there's magic in this game too. I think I forgot how that works. If I have to gain the spells, I think so. Soon I'll have some awesome magic, man. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh wait, no. Fuck you, axe! Yeah, man, as you guys can see, the way to go is the jump attack. You gotta come down with an attack and then hit them again the moment you land. Double the damage, man. Double your DPS. For you fucking super nerds out there. Or I just used that term totally incorrect. Tell me in the comment section. Man, they had this soundtrack on Spotify, and I used to casually listen to this shit, because there's some smooth-ass songs in here, there's some heavy metal, there's some epic orchestral stuff. This was awesome. Incredible music, at least to me. And then one day, they just said, nah, it's not on here anymore. It was very disappointing. Come on, Spoofy. Very, very disappointing. Oh, these fucking assholes. Fleamen, they are called.
Wait.
Big clock.
Are you human? What are you doing here?
I'm definitely not
I've come
human.
to destroy this castle.
Likewise. I'm Maria. And you are?
Alucard.
Well,
Of the
if you're a better
Draculas.
swordsman than a speaker, perhaps I'll see you again. Farewell.
All right. And that room becomes... I think that's the center of the castle, actually. That room becomes the focal point for a lot of places, a lot of different times in the game. Stop giving me that weak-ass crystal shit, man. Get out of here, table. Oh, he's throwing weird nails at me. Fingernail-looking friends. Man, the sprites for this game were so good that they actually recycled these for like years and years. And I think that started with Super Castlevania, maybe. I think there's sprites in that are in this, or at least cleaned up for this game. They started going nuts, and like every other Castlevania game was essentially modeled after this. But also, they took models from this. A lot of assets were reused from this game, because even now, 21 years later, this game still looks beautiful in places, man. It's awesome. It is incredible to see how well this game has aged. Creepy-ass weird eyeball back there. You never fight that guy. At least I don't think so. I don't remember any weird eyeball enemies. Oh no. Creepy ass things, man. It's a voice mother couldn't even love. Oh, yeah? Oh, boy. Oh, that just fucked me up. Oh, don't laugh at me, bro. Oh, man, that, I think that screwed me over a little bit. I think I got some backtracking to do. What did I do here? Oh, butts. Oh boy. Oh yeah. So no auto-saving. How about that? How about them fucking apples, man? Oh. All right.